Everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 4 p.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. I've got a wild story to share with you that happened earlier today in Onslow County. Now, around 10:30 a.m., Onslow County deputies say they got a report of a stolen car in the Burgaw Highway and Merle Hill Road area. Shortly afterwards, deputies found the car in the area where it was reported stolen. Now, a chase began with the stolen car reaching speeds between 90 to 100 miles an hour, according to deputies. Deputies say they were able to stop the car in the Hunters Creek area of Piney Green. Now, 3 underage children who had stolen the car were taken to the Onslow County Jail. And now we want to turn our attention to the ongoing trade war between the U.S. and China and the back and forth of tariffs that's really hitting a lot of the food suppliers, beef suppliers, and grain suppliers in the pocketbooks even before they can make a sale. CNBC's Eunice Yoon has more on the developments.
At his restaurant in Beijing, owner Geng Xiaoyun used to offer a special dish, salt-baked chicken feet, or phoenix talons as they're called here, imported from America. But after prices rose 30% from March due to tariffs, he's had to pull the Chinese delicacy from the menu. American chicken feet are so beautiful, he says. Chinese feet just aren't as good. The tariffs and uncertainty they cause is why some American products have been vanishing from stores and restaurants. Beef supplier Liu Li says U.S. beef supply is unstable and now 50% more expensive. He's switched to Australian beef, which has zero duty. U.S. beef is fattier and tastier, he says. It's a shame we're in a trade war. The high price is just too much to bear.
I'm taking you to a restaurant in Beijing that is famous locally for its American-style barbecue. It's known to source all of its beef from the U.S.
Until May.
The menu has already been completely changed. The staff here tell us that all of the beef is Australian.
Chinese customers are forced to adjust. I don't think there's much difference, he says. Not everyone is willing to compromise. Restaurateur Geng can source chicken feet now from Brazil or Russia, but says they just don't stand up to the American ones. He keeps a small stash for himself, but hopes to serve his salt-baked American phoenix talons once again. The price of American chicken feet will come back down, he says, as long as there are no big changes in the world's political situation. Quite a feat with U.S.-China tensions so high. Eunice Yoon, NBC News, Beijing.
And again, that was Eunice Yoon reporting. We now turn our attention to your weather forecast, where again today we are keeping an eye on the skies, not so much for any rain or cloud cover, but more for the haze. We've got Canadian smoke from the wildfires moving over North Carolina because of a setup between a high pressure system, a low pressure system, and the developing wind channel between the two. Let's take a look at your visible satellite, and right now hard to really spot those two systems. We've got that high right now set up over the Mississippi River Valley, the low right now swirling just off the coast of Cape Cod. Now, with both of those pressure systems present, again, they're creating a wind channel that's pushing a lot of that smoky haze into eastern North Carolina, and that's going to be something that continues over really at least the next 48 hours, today and tomorrow. By the time we get to around say Wednesday afternoon to Thursday, well, those two pressure systems are going to be A, in different positions, but B, a little bit further apart from each other, and that's going to weaken that wind flow between the two. Currently, we've got 80 degrees in New Bern along the Neuse River, calm breeze and a dew point down in the low 50s, feeling very comfortable so far today. That comfortable feeling will be with us again coming up for tomorrow. Air temperatures, though, will be a touch warmer than where we ended up today. It does look like, again, humidity down right now, but will be coming back in a big way later on this week, particularly Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. It's going to come with a wind shift, which right now winds generally blowing out of the north-northwest. Now, those of you watching along the northern Outer Banks, really from Hatteras northward all the way up to the Virginia line. You're seeing again more of a northeasterly wind coming in off the water, but just about the rest of eastern North Carolina, again experiencing more of a northwesterly wind flow with some onshore winds trying to get going along the Crystal Coast right now, having a difficult time doing it. Now for the rest of today, again, air temperatures will be coming down into the mid-70s by 7, low 70s by 8, mid-60s by 9, and into the low 60s between 10 and 11 p.m. Skies are going to be staying mostly clear, but you do need to note that there will be again haze overhead. If you do suffer from respiratory conditions, I highly suggest maybe wearing a mask outside over the next 48 hours, just in case again we do end up with some dangerous particulate in the air. You can certainly see that we've got haze around, and that usually means our air quality has dipped. So make sure you are aware of that and you take the proper precautions. By 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, again, mostly sunny skies, 82-degree air temperatures will warm up to around 83, maybe 84 for some, but a southeasterly wind at about 3 to 6 miles an hour will really kick off the start of the humidity climb. You won't feel it tomorrow, but through the following days, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, you will know just what month it is. We are getting into, again, the summer months, and it is going to start to feel like it. Keep an eye on the overnight lows. I mean, daytime highs really not changing a whole lot between now and the weekend. Coming up for tomorrow, 83-degree high. 84 the following day, 85 the following day. So just a 1 degree increase day after day after day will eventually take us into the upper 80s. But it's your overnight lows making more of a climb. 53 degrees coming up on Tuesday, then nearly 10 degrees warmer by the time we get to Thursday morning, 62 degrees. Friday morning, we're at 66. Saturday morning, we are at 70. Sunday morning, we're at 72. Whenever you got those overnight lows in the 70s, that should automatically trigger an alarm bell in your head to go off saying, all right, that means humidity is going to be here. And with that humidity comes a better chance of pop-up showers and storms. We'll see that pattern start on Friday and then carry over into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and even Tuesday of next week. That's all we have time for today's 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Monday.